Welcome, big welcome to you guys. For those of you looking at this for the first time, you are the ones I am speaking to specifically for the next 25 or so minutes. And I really won't take a ton of time. Actually, in about 10 minutes, you will know exactly, whether you're going to listen to the rest of it or not. But I will tell you that what we have is very compelling. We launched this particular extract in June 15th, so whatever, 9-ish months ago. And since then, 46,000 people have joined. 46,000. And there's a reason for that, because what we have, people like. And it does something very unique in the human body, which I will explain as I go through this. My goal is to give you enough information as fast as possible to respect your time, but give you enough information so that you can make a decision when we're done. Yes, it's for you. No, it's not. Either answer is going to be okay. Your friend just wants to know. That's really it. And so Marketplace Global, our company, started about 32 months ago. And the idea at the time was to build a marketplace of products, where we could just keep adding products and services in. Didn't really matter what they were, as long as they brought value to the members of our community. And as we brought people in, if we had more and more products that they found value with, they would buy the products and, maybe share it with some friends. And that was the whole idea. And we had done that for about 20 months. And we had good products. Don't get me wrong, they were good products. They work and things like that. But we didn't have that wow, it kind of product. But what we were doing was building an infrastructure, building tools and systems in the background so that if and when we ever got that it kind of product, we would be ready for it. Well, April 20th of last year, that whole thing kind of came together. And our founder got a phone call from the CEO of a pharmaceutical manufacturer that had been able to successfully isolate an extract out of the hop flower. Now, hops, what is used to make beer, it's those same hops, okay? The difference is this is a specific extract. If you think marijuana, you got CBD, you got THC, they are completely different, do different things to, in, and for the body. Same kind of deal. Hops is used as an anti-anxiety remedy, if you will. Naturopaths have been using it for decades. It's been around since day 3 of creation. Heck, it's used to brew beer. You can find beer in the Bible. It's been around a minute. But this specific extract, not so much. Over the last 70 years, a handful of companies were successful at extracting this particular isolate, but it was like $500,000 to $1 million worth of processing to collect 1 gallon. So there was no way to bring it to the market until this particular entity, who was tasked with finding a weight loss drug, was able to do it at pennies on the dollar. Well, they're a pharmaceutical manufacturer. This is not a pharmaceutical. This is a natural extract occurring in the hop flower. So they're not a marketer. They're not a distributor. They needed somebody to be able to take it to the world. That became us. And on June 15th of last year, we launched what we lovingly refer to as Phix. And that, my friends, is what I'm going to talk to you about. Now, as I go through this, understand, feel free to not believe me. Truly, do not believe what I'm saying. You can go do your own research. We did. And what you're going to find is the same thing we found. So if you're going to research, you got to research the right thing, okay? Not just hops, because you can go on Amazon and you can find hops. It's not those. This is not that, okay? This is a matured hop extract, more specifically, a matured hop bitter acid. That's what you want to go take a look at. The other thing you want to check out is something called the vagus nerve. It sits right back here in your brain and mind, and it controls 1,100 different processes in the body. What? 1,100. The major ones, all your digestion, your heart, and your lungs. This nerve is ridiculously important in the human body. And when you begin to understand the relationship between the MHE and the vagus nerve, you will understand why we are so excited, because this is not voodoo. This is science. It's biology. And what these guys, these companies, one of the reasons that they continue to try to figure out how to extract this particular isolate is because back in 1953, when it was first done, there were some trials done, and it showed a propensity to reduce visceral fat, which is the other thing you want to check out. Now, visceral fat is the stuff, it hangs around this general area of your body, around your organs and your torso, really bad for your health. And if you go search it for yourself. This is where I got the information again. You go look at what too much visceral fat leads to. things like high blood pressure, high blood sugar, heart disease, cholesterol, inflammation, autoimmune issues, cognitive issues, digestive issues, all these things stemming from too much fat, too much bad fat. That, my friends, is why this is so exciting, because the idea is if we could go reduce that fat, that is the visceral fat, well, then potentially it could impact all of those other symptoms that come from having too much of it. So this is all about burning fat smarter, not harder. Okay, the deep down tissue, that deep down fat. This is a total paradigm shift, because a lot of times when people think about fat, losing fat, they think about fat burners, things that have thermogenics in them or caffeine, things like that. It speeds up the metabolism, and you're like, and this is not that. This is exactly the opposite. Those are stimulants. This is an activator. It activates your God-given response system to a bitter acid entering your body. And then when you begin to understand how and why that works, which I will explain, then you'll understand why people are so excited about this. So, never existed before, just so you know. Like I said, there were trials done over the last 70 years, maybe 200 people included in that. But other than those 200, nobody on the face of the earth had ever been able to take for any length of time a matured hop extract. And what is in Phix is matured hop extract, purified water. That's what's in here. And we then, when we launched it June 15th, became the first people to be able to do this on the long term. And wow, did we start getting some amazing responses about a month later when people started taking this. And I'll touch on some of this stuff. But it's plant-based. Like I said, one extract out of a flower, all natural, odorless, tasteless, colorless. These are things you can put in any beverage, which I'll show you. And there are no clinical side effects. This is a big deal, you guys. Really big deal, because a lot of people all over the globe doing all kinds of taking drastic measures to lose weight or get healthy, if you will. Now, let me explain how all of this works really fast. This is the whole thing right here. So you and I have a body that we live in, and in this body, we need energy, all right? We take in energy in the form of something called food. Food and drinks have calories. Calories are energy. That's it. Simple biology. That's all it is. As we take these calories in, energy, your body uses some of it right away. It excretes some of it. But some of it, if you take in a few too many calories, you know what I mean, your body won't use it all, and it's going to store it for later use, because it's energy after all. Where is it going to store it? You got it. Visceral fat right here in this area right here. And it's also known as white adipose tissue, aka belly fat, is what we're really talking about. And then you got the subcutaneous fat that sits on top of that. That's the jiggly stuff. I'll touch on that in a few minutes. But over the course of our life, we begin to look a little bit more like this silhouette than that sexy 20-year-old body we all used to have. So why are we talking? Because Phix does something very unique in the human body. Only a couple of things will do this. So you can do a cold plunge as an example. You get an ice bath, get in that ice bath, it's gonna be great for you. You get in there and body temperature plummets, and all of a sudden your body it goes into the sympathetic state. What's that? Fight or flight. It's like, oh my God, we're gonna die, is what it's saying. So your body, it sends a signal to that BAT, the brown adipose tissue, your good fat. That's your good fat. And it sends a signal there, and it activates the BAT as a self-preservation mechanism, sends a signal to the vagus nerve that I talked about earlier. That sends a signal back down to the body that says, burn up white adipose tissue, because when you're going to shiver, which you're about to do, you are going to burn white adipose tissue, visceral fat. That is so cool. You're burning like 400 calories per hour when you shiver. But here's the thing. You can't shiver right now. You can't do it. You can shake, you can't shiver. It's an involuntary response. It's got to be activated in the body. That's why this is an activator. And so if you could shiver for 12 hours a day, you'd be looking hot in no time at all. Let me just tell you, all that fat would be gone. Oh yeah, look at me go. But no, you can't do that. No, because you're going to warm up or you're going to die. But here's the thing, Phix activates the BAT as well. It just starts it differently. Remember, matured hop bitter acid, right? Well, as it turns out, gang, God in his sovereign wisdom put inside of each and every one of us bitter receptors on our tongue, in our esophagus, your small intestine. You got bitter receptors there. Those things are there to identify poisons, because most poisons are bitter. So when the bitter acid enters, Woo, those bitter receptors go on high alert. Whoa, we might have a problem here. Just like when the body temperature is plummeting. So what does it do? That's right. Gets the BAT activated, sends a signal to the brown adipose tissue. Those things get fired up, sends a signal to the vagus nerve. It's back down to the body, says, burn up white adipose tissue. Why? Because your body's now going into fight or flight for a few minutes while it analyzes this substance it just entered. Is this thing a poison? If you guys have ever had food poisoning, you know exactly how this works in your life. And so what happens is the body is analyzing this. It stops all the metabolism, and all the energy goes toward analyzing this particular substance that's entered. So once it goes, oh, wait, this is not a poison. Everybody go back to work. Go back to metabolizing whatever you're doing. And now all of a sudden, you move from the sympathetic state, fight or flight, over to the parasympathetic state, rest and digest. See, the thing that's controlling all of that is that vagus nerve. And what's happening there, when you calm that vagus nerve, then remember, 1,100 body parts or processes it's controlling. The big ones, digestion, heart, and lungs. When your vagus nerve is operating the way it's supposed to, the rest of the organs are operating the way they're supposed to. What? This is amazing. For up to 9 hours, you stay in rest and digest while burning visceral fat. That, my friends, is amazing. None of us saw that coming 9 months ago. I mean, none of us. We knew visceral fat. We had no idea about all the rest that I just talked to you about, but some people did. We had some functional medical doctors and naturopaths going, you guys have found the holy grail for fat loss. And we're like, yeah, what are you talking about? And they started explaining all this to us. We're going, wow, that's amazing. Now, look, there is an app out there. You can actually monitor what's going on, because as your visceral fat starts to get burned up, your body measurements start to shrink. Oh, yeah. Clothes start fitting better, lean body mass goes up. Look at me go. Why? Because your heart, connected to the vagus nerve, because when that heart starts to operate correctly, inflammation goes down. Yes, please. Circulation goes up better. And all of a sudden, you are healthier, more mitochondria to the muscles, more oxygen, more blood flow to the muscles. And so the lean body mass goes up, body percent fat comes down. Oh, yeah. Now, there are some potential side effects you need to be aware of. Okay, so stay with me, because this is serious stuff. Potential side effects. You might experience better sleep. You might experience reduced brain fog or reduced appetite, more energy, libido increase, inflammation reduction, better digestion, regulation of bowel movement, improved prostate, and on and on and on. This is not even the list. This is not the whole list. But look, we've had 46,000 people join us, okay? Lots of people, like the biggest clinical trial in the world. And we know that a lot of people have these quote unquote side effects. They're all benefits, but we know that this is going to happen. Now, we can't guarantee that it's going to happen to you. We can't claim that it will. We're just saying that people experience these side effects along the way. So be aware of that. If you choose to start taking Phix, you're going to get a whole lot of benefit out of it. Now, how does this whole thing, how do we take this thing? Well, you take the snap. Like I said, we got this guy right here, this little guy right here, and we're just going to put it in your favorite beverage. I put it in my coffee in the morning. You can put it in orange juice, iced tea, soda, water. You can put it in any alcoholic beverage you like. I'll put it in my Cabernet Sauvignon a little bit later this evening. And that's just what I do. You can put it in anything you want. It doesn't matter. And we squirt it in just like that. And what happens, guys, is we get transformation in a snap. Body transformation in a snap. Get it? Now, listen, let me just tell you, when you go do this, you put this on social, you do this with some friends, you start squirting something in a beverage, they're going to go, what the heck is that? You better have an answer ready for them, because I'm telling you, they are going to be curious. And when they hear fat loss, all natural, no side effects, they're going, I want some of that. Why? Because our world is overweight and under healthy. And that's big food and big pharma getting people that way. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. Point is, people are taking drastic measures to try to get their health. Here's something that's 100% natural. People want to try it. So that's what's going on, guys. That's what we launched 9 months ago. And wow, has it transformed some lives. Now, look, like I said at the beginning of this, we were building the marketplace. We got a whole bunch of products that we have, I don't know, 50, 60 of them. And when Phix showed up, when we started hearing about this, we were like, man, if this is what these guys are saying, if the research and the clinical trials are right, this is going to change the world, literally. And my goodness, is it? And so, so we said, okay, everything else takes a back seat. We're just talking about Phix, but we have some other great products. Now, we have some that we already have. We also are rolling a couple of them out here, and they are equally as unique as Phix. One of them is called Emulin 5. Dr. Ahrens here, back in 2016, check it out, was nominated for a Nobel Prize. Now, I don't know about all y'all, but that tells me something was novel and or new. If you're nominated for a Nobel Prize for the discovery of the 3 flavonoids, then that's a pretty cool deal. And that's exactly what happened. And there was a company that had Emulin originally, but they did about $100 million in revenue over a 2-year period. I don't know about you, but that tells me it works. And then they made some changes and messed the whole thing up. So he pulled the formula from them, and we now have it. But it's Emulin 5. What is it? 3 flavonoids and probiotics and vitamin C that have been added to it. So that is what we're rolling out. What's that? What does it do, Terry? Yes, that is the exact question you should be asking. Here's the amazing answer. It does 12 different things in the human body. I will not cover those right now, but 2 of them real quick. You see, when we take in food and drinks, we take in, carbohydrates, fat, protein, minerals. The carbohydrates, you got simple, you got complex carbohydrates, you got both. Complex carbohydrates, really good for your body. Ask your grandma, she'll tell you all about it. Then you got the simple carbohydrates, not so good for your body because those things come in and turn to sugars and then get stored as fat. No bueno. And we all take in way too many simple carbohydrates because they're cheap and they taste good. So they're in a lot of food. So when we take that stuff in, that's going to get turned to fat. Now, what this guy does, it's going to take 33% of those simple carbs and usher them right on out of the body. No fat storage for you. Thank you very much. And that's an amazing thing if you think about it. The other thing it does, it prevents insulin spikes. So sugar, okay, sugar's a killer in the body, guys. Disease loves sugar, let me just tell you, and inflammation. And so what this does, this is going to regulate the sugar in the body. Amazing. That's this one product. Then we got another product we're rolling out in about 2 weeks, and that one goes after the subcutaneous fat, the jiggly stuff. That's right. Could you imagine having something 100% natural that goes in and oxidizes the subcutaneous fat? And you could feel it happening in 40 minutes. What? That is exactly what we're rolling out, gang. Really excited about that. Then we have a fulvic acid. It takes all the heavy metals out of the body. It also takes nutrition into the cells. It bypasses the blood-brain barrier of the cell, so it gets the nutrition actually into the cell, so your body actually uses it. We've got 4 amazing products, and we've had 46,000 people join with Phix. I'm just telling you guys, we are about to go to a whole new level of growth. We've already got warehousing, logistics all over the globe. That's all done before you showed up today. So that is the health piece of what we're talking about. Now, let me cover the wealth piece here in just a couple of minutes, and then we'll get wrapped up here. So if you would like to share this, if you're out there and you would like to create more income in your life, whether it's a little bit or a lot of it, whichever it is, doesn't matter. This is a way to do it. And we have a 2-team system. It is incredibly simple what we do. Really, really simple. See, we have 2 teams and everybody's on the left, everybody's on the right. It doesn't really matter. You have a left and a right. What matters is you're on a team. So as this team is growing, people are coming in, you come in, and people keep coming in. Everybody, whoever shows up after you on that team, everybody forever counts. Everybody. It doesn't matter that you meet the people. It doesn't matter that you speak their language. It doesn't matter who puts them in, how they get there, when they come in, or ultimately where in the world. Totally irrelevant. People sharing with people all over the world, and everybody who ever shows up after you counts. And it doesn't matter whether it's 100 or 1,000 or 100,000 people. It does not matter. Everybody counts. Every purchase anybody ever makes creates volume. Volume creates income. And whether it's enrollment kits, miscellaneous orders, auto ships, customer sales, you can have business all over the globe, as it turns out. Could you imagine you go to bed tonight? Oh, yes, Mr. Pillow. You're sleeping, you wake up, and you look at your back office. Oh my gosh, $500. How'd that happen? Because people on the other side of the world are awake while you're sleeping. That's how that happened. And literally, guys, That is exactly how this works. So as more people join your team, the volume increases, and so does your income. With about 50 people on each team, not 50 that you put in. You could put 5 or 10 or 15, and that turns into 50 or 100 or 1,000. I have no idea what it turns into. No guarantees on that. But with 50 on each team, you're looking at about $700 a month USD on the very, very conservative end, I might add. And as the numbers increase, so does your income. Now, that is what this is. And what you got to understand is today we've been doing what we call a blitz. This is the 7th of these that we've done. There's still a couple of more over in Australia that are happening. But here's the thing. This is not going to stop just because today ends. We do this every day. I mean, we got people coming in all the time. And what you need to understand is if you would ever like to change your station in life, you have run into something that we have a product that is incredibly compelling to people all over the globe. It's fun, it's simple, it's sexy, it's viral, it just plain works. People like to talk about it. People like to show it off. Social media loves it, holy cow. And we got a world that's overweight and underhealthy, so people are really interested in this. And we've got more products rolling out that are equally as amazing as those. And with all of that, we have a very simple way to create income here. We do it as a team. This is not about you. This is about what we do here together. And as it turns out, we already have the systems and tools in place that allow you to win, allow anybody to win because we've leveled the playing field. You see, we have systems. We teach you step 1, 2, 3, 4. As soon as you're in, here's where you need to get to. And we got all the tools right there. Videos, we got share tools. This guy right here, what you're looking at right there, that page right there is our secret weapon. Because in that gem, guys, what we call a gem, you simply hit copy, paste, and send. I kid you not, it's that simple. Copy, paste, send. That is all you have to do. That will do all the work for you, I promise. So all we got to do is say, hey, friend, came across something I'm pretty stoked about. I think you'd love it. Details are in the link below. Send. That's it. So we've been able to take the scary out of sharing. And that is why we are winning as big as we are, as fast as we are. That's why we have so many people coming our way. So before I get to the very end of this, I want to have a young man that I've met along the way unmute real quick. Mr. Bill Maywes, if you could unmute yourself real quick. And I know that you and I have known each other for a minute, and you got a hold of Phix. Gosh, that was almost a year ago. Well, I guess 10 months ago. And started a thing. But then could you just kind of share with these guys how that's changed your life?
Well, from a business perspective, it's been just crazy. I mean, from a health perspective, I've had 2 heart attacks, and I've struggled with weight all my life. I was formerly an Australian champion in some heavy lifting sports and some track and field, and I've just always struggled with weight. Phix has just changed that. It's changed my blood pressure. It's changed my struggle with weight. It's literally just been life-changing. It's saved my life. It's just an absolutely brilliant product. But the other way it saved my life is financially, because when Terry came to me, I was in hospital. I'd had major back surgery. I had a business that required a fair bit of physical activity, and I couldn't do it anymore. Literally, I had sepsis, couldn't do anything, and so Terry came to me with this product. And it wasn't even in Australia. It was a hope of coming. It was all we had at that time was a product called Fuel Tabs. And but Terry told me about Phix and what was coming, and showed me what was happening in the US. So we decided to launch it, and that was last July, wasn't it, Terry? And we had 3 people on a call. Today, we have 27,000 people that have actually joined as a result of those calls. The growth is astronomical, phenomenal. Now, I have a background as a lawyer, as a business person. I'm a conventional business person. Networking's never really been my big thing. I've tried. I haven't had great success. But in this phenomenal success, to the extent that we make in a week more than I'd ever make in one of the best months in my life. So it just continues to grow. And with what's coming, I can only see greater growth and more people actually set free. And one of the great things that I've seen in this, Terry, is the numbers of people that are having success. You know, like my issue always with networking was that few people had success and a few had great success. In this, huge numbers of people hitting high ranks and having great success. And it's a game changer for everybody that cares to get involved. And for us, you know, I'm eternally grateful. Thank you.
Amen, brother. Thanks so much for sharing, Bill. Appreciate you, my man. And one last one here tonight, gang. Babette, if you could unmute yourself real quick and share with these kind folks what this has done for you as we wrap it up.
You bet. Absolutely. Yeah. So I have been in shape most of my life. I was a gymnast when I was a kid. I was a competitive bodybuilder in my 20s and 30s. I was in really great shape up until I hit 50. I turned 60 in November. But when I hit 50 and hit menopause, that's when my body started falling apart. My metabolic system started breaking down. My hormones weren't working because I wasn't producing any hormones. So when it comes to fitness and weight loss and fat burning and metabolism, you need testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone. Progesterone is essential for women preventing female cancers. It's also very important for men as well. But at the age of 56, when I had a total hysterectomy, at that time, I had a male trainer tell me that because of the hysterectomy and my age, I would never be able to lose the body fat through diet and exercise alone. And he was correct. Because of menopause, because of the hysterectomy, I was gaining body fat like crazy. I was in the 5 levels of obesity, and I'm small in structure, so you can't judge a book by its cover. And never assume somebody doesn't need help, because I was looking as a personal trainer, nutritional counselor. I always look for things that I can refer to my clients and refer to other people, but I have to make sure it works for me first. But here's what's really incredible. I am on bioidentical hormones, and my body was not absorbing them. Now, because of Phix, my body is now absorbing the bioidentical hormones. And so now my estrogen, testosterone, progesterone levels are normal levels now. So, but as a result, I've lost 11% body fat. I've lost 8 inches, and I'm fitting into jeans that I have not been able to fit into in a couple of years. So I'm pretty jazzed about what's going on here.
Wow, that is outstanding. It sounds like it's all about the genes for everybody tonight. So we like it. Thanks so much, Babette. That's awesome, awesome stuff. And this is what we've got, guys. You've heard it. Now, let me just kind of wrap this whole thing up and help you understand how you can participate if you'd care to. And there we go. And so as we wrap this up, how we get started. So we have enrollment kits. It's here in the US, Canada and the UK as well, but it's $29.95. So $30 to be a rep for the year. That's for the whole year. You're in business as a real legal business. $200 for the enrollment kit. You get 87 servings. You'll have plenty of data to know how this is working for you. It's about $240 all in here in the US, and then do the conversion in Canada. In the UK, $170 over there, still the same $30 to be a rep. It's just a different price because the UK government told us that was the price. So there you go. 60 snaps. Over in Australia, about $10 to be a rep, $200 enrollment kit. Got to do the conversion on the Aussie dollars, somewhere around $300. In New Zealand, though, it's $10 to be a rep, a $100 kit option, and a $200 kit option. You get the choice on that. Same thing for the African countries that we're operating in, and also in the Philippines. Same deal, $10, $100 and a $200 enrollment kit. So that is what's going on, gang. Now, so with that, guys, I had mentioned along the way, you go do your own research. I truly do mean that. However, we have put all of it in one place at resetandwin.com just to make it easier for you. And you can go there. The published medical research papers are there. Functional medical doctors talking about how and why this whole thing works, like the biology of it. And testimonies, just more of what you just heard right there. And then overviews on all of this as well there at resetandwin.com. It's free. Now, if in fact you like what you're seeing here, And you've seen enough. Get back with the person who invited you. They have a link that they will get you. You can get yourself registered, get your spot locked in. While our blitz here in the US is done, Australia's taken over. And remember, you don't know who's coming in after you, because throughout this whole week, we're never going to stop, just so you know, but we got people coming in, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds every day are joining. And so it's really important, if you would like to make your life different, if you would like to get your health different, this is a platform that can do both or either. That's totally up to you, but it can literally change the course of your life if you're looking for that. If you just want to try it because you want to see how it works for you, great, do that as well. No harm, no foul on that. So with that, guys, thanks for being with us, and we'll look forward to seeing you on one of the upcoming Zooms. If you're joining us, welcome to our family. We're excited to have you, and we'll look forward to getting to meet you somewhere in the future. So guys, have a great night, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. God bless you. We'll talk to you soon.